Kruger L-21 Wolf. Whether it be low flying, daily driving to my missions, or dogfighting, this ship is by far the most satisfying for me to fly. Its overall design is great, combining a retro futuristic design, styling from old fighters like a Spitfire, gives it a sense of speed and power. Sometimes it's all about how a ship makes you feel, and this one feels great. My only issue is the goofy fin. I really don't like it. I understand they're like, oh, it kind of feels like a boat, so let's put a keel on it, but not a fan. I could live with it though. If it gets clipped off somehow while I'm out, I will for sure be in no rush to go repair my ship. Either way, the overall aggressive stance and silhouette is amazing. Really captures that sense of aggression and speed while maintaining an elegance about it. Before we continue my glazing of this ship, if you enjoy or appreciate the content I'm producing, do the things, like, sub, all that jazz. It genuinely helps, and I'll have more incentive to continue making these videos. The sound design team did a great job with this ship, both with the ratcheting sound of the guns locking into place, and more importantly, the sound of the engine starting up. It sounds so good and gets me so excited anytime I'm gonna go fly this thing. The mini thrusters for VTOL and strafing look great and makes this thing very agile. The massive engines on the sides and on the main fuselage give it such immense forward thrust. You pitch the nose any direction and throttle it out, you'll be able to turn on a dime and get to max speed within a couple seconds. Which makes this thing great for any sort of flying, whether that be precise maneuvering in space or aggressive low flying in atmo. This thing will take whatever you give it and make light work of it. Now, what would happen if you happen to lose a wing? Well, surprisingly, you wouldn't be completely screwed. You'd still have quite a bit of control even though you lost a whole engine. Just keep in mind, any vertical control will prominently be dictated by the remaining wing, given the offset of thrusters, but still manageable. The cockpit animation is one of the more unique animations in the game, not having to do a standard ladder that you see with a lot of the ships. It feels nice and fast, plopping in nice and snug, making you feel like you've melded into the machine itself. The cockpit gives you such a great amount of visibility, one of the best in the game. And yes, you did hear me correctly earlier. You could make this a daily driver, but that being said, you can make any ship a daily driver. It has a storage that gets a little broken at the moment. Once opened, it will just stay open. So then you have to go into your inner thoughts menu and open it that way. A little annoying, but I'm sure it'll get fixed in the future. You can even store the ship and pull it back up and it will fix itself. Still functional either way. This can hold quite a bit for those greedy little loot goblins out there, and let's not forget the dope weapon rack you can pop out. Being able to hold a size 2 gun, so a rifle, a size 1 sidearm, and a multi-tool in the third and final slot. In what circumstance you would actually use this in the current game, I don't know, but either way, it's cool and I love it. I don't care what the meta sweats say, have fun in your arrows, gladies, and bucks. I mean, I like a buccaneer, but I digress. Regardless of the ship having bespoke ballistic size 4 guns, this thing slaps. I was worried about them at first, but you can easily hold your own in a fight. You have an ammo pool of 4,200 for each gun and 8 size 1 missiles. Overall cost to restock is 21k, 1k for the ballistics, 20k for the missiles. Not too bad, just tedious to restock after every mission. It'll be nice when we have ships in game that can restock our light fighters so we don't have to go all the way back to a station or landing zone to stock up, but for now it's tolerable. You can easily take down a Constellation and some light fighters along with that, while having ammo to spare afterwards. Just have to be good enough to not get hit. One missile hitting you can be devastating, let alone big old guns like size 4s or 5s, such as what is on the Constellations. Comparatively speaking to light fighters, this thing is kinda beefy. Having 2 size 1 shields and a similar hull HP to an arrow, it can take quite a beating. Keep in mind, the Buck has about 1k more hull HP, and the Glady is sitting at about half the HP for the hull. So this thing might be a bit of a glass cannon. That being said, it's hard to hit. It being one of the smallest ships in game, just barely smaller than an arrow, and having solid strafing capability, better pitch and roll than an arrow, but lesser yaw. This thing will be a menace out there. If I pull up and I see a swarm of these, I'm likely going to turn around. Overall, I think CIG blew it out of the park with this one. It's one of the most fun ships I've had flying in a very long time, and the styling is great. Aside from the fin, I think this sets the foundation for design language in the future for Kruger ships to come, which excites me to see what they have in store for us. Sure, it may not be the next meta ship for PvP sweats out there, but I've never been one for meta ships, and I've been able to hold my own just fine. All that said, this is my new daily driver. Let me know your thoughts down below, or you can catch me live at some point.